Hey, what is up, everybody? Welcome to the Average Joe Dividends YouTube channel. If you've been following this journey, welcome back. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe so that you do not miss future videos. Also, please click the like button to help grow this channel and get the word out on dividend growth investing. Getting paid just for owning stocks. This is what dividend growth investing is all about. This is my weekly buy video, and my current strategy is to deposit $100 my own money per week and let the portfolio do the heavy lifting for me going forward. All dividends received will be reinvested back into that stock from which it was received. My goal is to put this money to work for me in the long term to build a growing and reliable income stream. I am a long-term buy and hold investor who focuses primarily on individual blue chip stocks as well as ETFs and CEFs. And what we are looking at right now is my taxable stock brokerage, which is through M1, and we can see right now the current value of the portfolio is $209,821.84. This is live right now at the market open, so this could change at any second. Let's just go back. We'll look at the 1 year performance. We can see we're up 7%, even though it doesn't feel like it. The portfolio is up 7%. We'll go year to date, up 5.17%. We'll go to the last quarter, just up 1.64%. Let's go at the last month. We're down 0.86%. And then the last week, just over 1% down. We can see here there's $11.08 in the account. Earlier this morning, there wasn't any balance in there because what I did was I reinvested dividends as well as that $100 I put in. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to go take a look at the activity log and see what transpired here. We can see here's my deposit right here. So again, I put $100 my own money into the account, and then there were 7 buys this morning for $108.03. That 803, that is dividends being reinvested. So that is the snowball effect right there. Let's take a look and see what those 7 buys were. And 2 of them were drips. And the first one is Costco for $2.39. Again, dividend reinvestment. And this is where part of the $100 went to. $10.50 of it went to Leggett and Platt. And then next up, Lockheed Martin for $26.84. Then Coca-Cola for $9.47. And here is the biggest buy of the week with Pfizer. Pfizer's been struggling lately, and I bought an additional $38.75 worth of Pfizer. Then next up was Hershey's for $14.42. And then the last buy was another dividend drip, which was Yum Brands, which is Taco Bell. Essentially, they own other restaurants as well in there. So you can see these are the drips. The first and last and in between are where the $100 went to. I'm also going to show you that. Remember that $11.08. Looks like there was 2 cents left over from the buys that weren't deployed. And then there's the 1106 dividend that came in late from Amgen for the 1106. And M1, they changed to a different clearinghouse, and this has caused some delays in the dividends, where Costco and Yum came in on Saturday. Amgen was supposed to come in as well, but didn't come in until after the market opened. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with that real quick. We're going to deploy the 1108 right now, and Amgen it's within the slice called dividend portfolio. If you're interested to see what is all in my portfolio, I'll leave a link below, which will be a link to share the pie. It's just going to show you how I have things allocated. So I'm going to click on dividend portfolio. I'm going to do a search here for Amgen within the list. Just scroll down and it's right there. And this is how you can deploy your dividends or reinvest them. And there's no automatic way to do that with M1. Once the threshold is $25, that if you have it on auto reinvestment, it's not necessarily going to buy more stocks in the place where it came from. It's not going to, chances are it's not going to buy more Amgen. And it's, say if the dividend was $25, so I'm going to do a buy sell on Amgen and then type in the 1108. So actually 2 cents extra is going to go into Amgen. Then tomorrow there's going to be a buy for 1108 of Amgen, and I'll just get a little bit of Amgen in the portfolio. And I'm going to go over next to a Google Doc sheet, and this shows all the positions in my portfolio. You can see the company, the ticker symbol, the share price. This just uses a simple Google Finance function there to pull that number of shares. It's doing a VLOOKUP, and I have a tab below all the way to the right called M1 Data. I'm going to show you how I use that and how the VLOOKUP works with my 7 buys. If I didn't do the VLOOKUP and the M1 Data tab, I would have to manually type in the number of shares. And the reason I do this is this sheet tracks my dividends. I know what I can expect for dividends and things like that. Also my gain loss and things like that, cost basis, everything is tracked. You can see anything in red here I am upside down in. It's a losing investment for me so far, but you can see others though that are in the white. Those are ones that have made money for me, and we can see if the percentage is less than 0, it goes in the red. You can see some of them I have losing positions, and some of them I'm doing quite well, like Oracle for instance. And here's the dividend per share. Most of my stocks are quarterly payers. I do have some monthly payers, so this is the quarterly dividend payment, except for those in blue: Agree, Realty Income, and BlackRock's BST. Those are my monthly payers. We can see here the yield percentage. This is the current yield percentage. Anything above 5% is in green. And then this is the yield on my cost. And this is the date that the dividend is going to hit my account. In most cases, it's a day later because M1 has a 1-day delay. And here's the estimated dividend. You can see it differs. Like for instance, Black Hills, I was paid $12.28 on September 2nd, but it shows an estimated dividend. That means the next time that Black Hills pays its dividend, I will be getting $13.54, so long as Black Hill doesn't raise or lower that dividend. But Black Hills has been a consistent payer. And also the $13.54 is if I don't buy more shares before the ex-dividend date. So what happened was I reinvested the dividend, and it looks like I probably bought some more shares. You can see next time it's going to be over $1.30 more, and you can see just down the line. Same with Pinnacle West. This is probably from the $6.85 to $6.93. That's probably just the result of dividends being reinvested. And those estimated dividends that are shown in green, those are ones that are $10 and above. And you can see here in the dark green, these are my September dividends. We can take a look here and see. I haven't put in Amgen. Let's go ahead and add that in. I just received that prior to doing this video just by taking a peek. And we'll do a quick count up. September is going to be a big one because September is the last month of the third quarter. And just so far, I've received $80.52 with a lot more to go. Some of my heavy hitters coming up are SCHD. If they don't change their dividend, they don't raise or lower it, I'm expecting well over $700. And BST, close to $400 on that one. But you can see all these other ones that are going to come in here. So you can see also I count the total dividends that each investment has paid me. You can see something like SCHD, I've received over $2,240. You can see BST, I've received almost $3,000 so far. I also track the last dividend increase. Most of these positions in here, they increase their dividend year over year, every single year. There are some exceptions where I have some high yielders that just yield a nice dividend, but they haven't been raising it lately. Prime example, OHI. This one's been pretty good for me. I'm ahead in the gain or loss. You can see right there. And the dividend's been solid. Hasn't gone up or down for a couple of years. So it's kind of frozen. So if you bought more shares today, you would have a yield of 8.25%. You can see my yield on cost because I've been reinvesting those dividends back into OHI. You can see here, yeah, my total dividends paid. I put a VAR as the increased month because it's variable. Others, when they consistently do it, I put a month in there. You can see in September, for instance, JP Morgan is expected to raise their dividend. They haven't announced it. Some other ones in here, like Starbucks, I think in the third week they're going to probably announce their dividend increase. Take a look here. Yeah, so just remember that when you're buying a stock, like a Starbucks or even a Microsoft, they like to raise their dividend year over year. So really, this current yield really is meaningless if you're going to hold on to these stocks for 5, 10, 15, 20 years. Your yield on cost is going to change. And let's go. I'm going to scroll down here and just show you some of the things where it shows the market value. It should be fairly close to what's on M1, depending on how updated or which one has quicker data. But they're going to be right in line with that. You can see my cost basis in the portfolio, and this is my gain or loss in the portfolio. Here's my yield percentage within the portfolio, and my yield on cost. You can see here. Here's the quarterly income right now from all these investments, and I've broken it down here with the monthly cash flow. So this right now, the stock portfolio averages over $841, and that's going to change because I have not yet updated my shares with the 7 positions where I bought a little bit more of. So we're going to grab some data over here, and this is what's going to change and what I really like to track. You can see my annual income. I'm over $10,000 with this portfolio. So let's bounce back to M1. I'm going to go to the holdings tab. I'm going to show you how this is going to update and how my monthly income is going to change from $841.90 and increase. You can see here I have 68 positions in this portfolio, SCHD being the largest. You can see I own over 1,100 shares. So I'm going to start with name and just copy straight down. And once it grabs all this data, what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste this into a tab on my Google Doc sheet. And again, I'll leave a link below so you can take a look at it. And the M1 data tab is right here. And so what I'm going to do is a paste special. All it's going to do is it's going to take all the information from the from M1, all the shares and my cost basis it's pasting it into this column. And then what I've done is I've aligned then to pull the shares and the costs and then do a VLOOKUP on the dividend portfolio tab. And let's see, we've gone from $841.90 now to $842.24 just for the $100 deposit. And then those 2 dividend reinvestments, which were Yum Brands and it was Costco. So what I'll do is I'm going to go over to a tab called Monthly Average Dividend Tracking. And I've put this event in here. Oop, went a little bit too far. So that's today, 9/11. I copied down the $841.90. That's where we're at. Remember the $100 deposit and Yum and Costco dividend drip. Let me go back. I forgot the numbers. $842.24. Let's go put that in there real quick. 842.24. And we'll see what the effect was, because the name of the game with a dividend portfolio, well, I do like to see the portfolio value go up. I also want to see my monthly income go up. So very modestly, but of course I only put in $100, but it's increased my monthly income by 34 cents every month going forward. That's just on top of where it was at before the $841.90. And let's just take a look here at my dividend tracker tab. And January 2021 is when I started doing videos on this Portfolio value was at $18,700. What I do is that at the end of every month, I round it to the nearest $100, and that's the portfolio value. You can see the dividends paid every month going forward until now, and we're up to this point right now. You can see last month I got $634, and the month prior $551.60. You can see the last end of quarter payout was $13.62, so I'm expecting over $1,400 for September, but we'll see what we wind up with at the end. You can see I'm tracking a quarter on quarter results. You can see it just keeps going up on the quarter on quarter, and there's the increase. And you can see there's an anomaly here where I put in a whole bunch of money. I had equity in a home I no longer own, and I put that to work for me in those months there. But you can see with the plan, there are some exceptions. I'll toss in a little bit extra money into the portfolio, but most of the time I just put in $100 per week, and there's the additional $100. We're up to $200 in September. And we can see the average monthly dividend, we're up to $842.24. So just in September, we're 11 days in, and my monthly increase on this income has gone up $3.95 for a change of 0.47%. And you can see just with the $200, the rest of it is just the dividends being reinvested into the portfolio. And I think that pretty much covers everything. Let's go back real quick in case you missed it. We'll go back into the activity log and see what I bought. Those 7 buys. And remember, I also did a dividend reinvestment of Amgen, so tomorrow that's going to go in. But yeah, you see Costco. Again, that was a dividend reinvestment. But I bought Leggett & Platt, Lockheed Martin, Coca-Cola, Pfizer was the big pick, and Hershey's. And then Yum, again, that was a dividend reinvestment. And that's all I've got. Thanks for sticking to the end. And just for my transparency here, for showing you this portfolio, please click the like button for that, especially if you got value from it. And I'm not trying to sell you guys anything or anything like that, so I appreciate you guys sticking to the end. I hope everyone has a great week. Let me know in the comments what you are buying this week. Everyone take care.